Howdy folks, I'm Stash Dad, and I'm back with the exciting conclusion to Contradiction. I hope you've enjoyed getting up to this point as much as I have. Last time we caught, who did we catch it on? We caught, Ryan lying about Kate being the prime candidate. And now we're going to probably have to go talk to everybody about that, aren't we? That's like much of the rest of the game has been, but I love it to death and I'm ready to get to it. James, it's nearly midnight. I won't be talking to you much more. Have you anything interesting to say?
Couple more questions, if that's okay? That's
He
it for
does
the time
not.
being, thank you.
We did our best. James just isn't, he's just not the talkative sort. He doesn't have a lot to say. Alright, let's go ahead and head on up here and talk to Paul about stuff. He has plenty to say, just most of it none of us want to
A few
hear.
more questions, please.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
No, you just
So you
set
don't
up
force them
expectations.
into being tested.
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt
A
or
jury
offend anybody else here.
would not
You
like
don't use threshold testing, for instance.
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Really? But it's you who's just lied to me. You tell me you don't test, but you told me earlier. Where was it? Aha, yes, this one. But the CD is used for the thing. Whatever. You know.
You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look,
Tell
we
'em,
get
Jinx.
kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
But if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand.
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest.
That
That's
doesn't really
all it
get you
is.
anywhere in
There's no
business.
higher
That only
purpose,
gets
no
you
big
so
plan.
far until
There's
people figure out
nothing
what
at
you're
the end of the
doing,
rainbow.
and then
Except
you're
what you
just
have
left
and you can
stranded with
enjoy
your business
in the
full
here
of
and now.
assholes that are trying to outdo
And
each
what
other,
do you enjoy now,
which only
Paul?
self-implodes eventually.
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
Oh, what's wrong? Jinx point out how wrong you are. Somebody call you out on your lies and now you need them to leave. Baby can't deal with his
see what's
issues. Aw, what's wrong, Paul? Oh, need a sulk in the corner.
Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
Jinx just needs a little bit more asshole in him. I could help him out.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him. He's a policeman. We can't just... You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
The fuck are you talking about? What kind of vague stupidity is that? What do you expect him to do? Well, of course he expects his son to work miracles. He obviously isn't going to actually do anything himself because he doesn't actually have any real answers. All's a shit. I just like to point out all of his inadequacies.
That
It's
doesn't
fun.
sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup, and I don't
Hey,
even have a
they
mobile
didn't say
phone.
death.
This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
We'll make it there.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Did you know whether or not she was a prime
Did you know Kate
suspect?
Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Glad I stopped by.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
We will. We'll always be back. Simon!
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Vicky, I said.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
Hold on. Believe that's a contradiction. Oh, it's not. Never mind then.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I can't remember exactly what.
Do you know
is and
whether
isn't,
Kate was in the running
especially
to be
this late in
prime
the game.
candidate or not?
Sometimes it
I
takes me a
don't, but
minute.
I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate.
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
Okay, Emma, that's fine. I'm going to leave you alone now. I wish you the best.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
To the woods. Anything going on over here? There. Look at this. Look at it. Fucking midnight. Standing there like zombies. Freaks me out. What's going on over here?
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
This is beyond an arrest.
What the hell? Scotland Yard.
This is-
Not hell.
They're both going to jail now.
Inspector, what are you doing here?
Inspecting?
You're not inspecting. Arrest them. He has a knife, for
Let's have it.
fuck's sake.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around.
She's
Go away.
Stop talking about it.
Knife.
She's clearly in distress.
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This
This is
is all
so
part of the
silly.
Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
No, it's not.
Drop the knife.
There's no such thing as an
The
exercise.
knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
I love this
Drop
guy.
it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well,
Jinx,
please, Inspector,
arrest them!
You've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success.
No.
Our lessons are reinforced.
There's no imaginative
by a
flair
unique
here. I'm
emotional
sorry, my dude, you're
experience.
going to jail.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do.
This bit's
I know what you're
is
thinking.
frustrating.
But believe me,
irritating.
Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic
Those-
sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call
What you do and don't
circumstantial
have to
evidence,
do
Ryan.
with their deaths at this point
Simon.
don't matter.
Now, I saw Simon walking home with
The
Kate
two of
last
you were
Friday
just
after the
assaulting a
meeting,
girl
and Simon had some strange
borderline
idea
on
that he was in the running
doing her
to become
harm.
prime
You're
candidate.
going to jail.
Well,
It doesn't
another
matter about
butter has
anything
more
else.
chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that...
Simon killed her. Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
Any more likely than you, Ryan?
Arrest them!
Pig! I know. Police brutality.
This part frustrates me so much.
You okay?
And the fact that he had to... No! You don't... Ah! This bit is so Hollywood, it makes me so angry. Jinx, you don't just let her... You have to take her in! You have to question her, Jinx! To be fair, it's hours ago. He should have called the chief and been like, hey, we're not getting this by midnight. I need a full team. We're going over all this shit with a fine-tooth comb.
Damn. I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Let's just walk back. But that ridiculous bit did happen, and I'm irritated that the writers made Jinx strike the dumb kid, because obviously that's not what he's... Jinx has been a perfectly fine police officer up to this point. I don't understand why they had to write that in for his character. It seems dumb, if I'm being completely honest.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
But, you know, also the fact that he didn't do anything about everything that just happened.
What would you
also
say
seems dumb.
if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Jinx, you don't give
Who
away
said that?
that
Just
kind
a
of
question.
information.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon,
Already
calm
said
down.
way too
No, I can
much,
prove
Jinx.
it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please. See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something. See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
Well, it's come from the same
So there's only one
type
person that's taped
of
like
roll
that.
of tape.
Ryan.
He has
gave
the
me this
only
piece of
roll
tape
in the
when I was his
world.
office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
That's a
I've
good
no
question.
idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
But it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important
It
to
says
you,
lose.
right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It
Really?
makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas
But
works.
Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't let
Or
it
there
out.
could be more than one role.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her.
I wear a thumb ring.
I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Come on, Jinx. That was kind of obvious. Should we go tell
Why did
Emma?
he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
I'm going to tell Emma. It's like, hey, he's gone now.
A couple more questions, if that's okay. Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate.
No, definitely not.
But do you know about this tape?
Have you seen this anywhere before?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember. Sorry, no.
That's all right. Emma,
Okay, that's it for now.
you've
Thank you.
you've lied to me several times actually, but you've mostly been good to me. All right, we're just gonna go see if James knows anything. Hey, what are you doing? Ring.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Right.
Do you know how well Simon knew Kate?
Not really?
Did you ever see them together?
No, why? Do you think he killed her?
I've no idea. Do you think he'd be capable of that?
Do you think we're all capable of it?
No.
No, I don't.
Sure. So you'd never been in your police car responding to an incident, driven past a school at high speed?
Don't know. Maybe.
Well, you've answered your own question then.
That's not the
Look
same
at
thing in
me,
any
things
way.
get
What the
in your
fuck are
way.
you
It's
talking
human
about?
nature to either ignore
Murdering
it or
someone and accidentally
rid of
getting in an accident and killing
Any way
someone
you
is not
can.
even close to the same thing.
That's all
One's on
murder
purpose.
is, isn't it?
No.
Maybe you're right.
Sorry. I disagree.
Ever seen tape like this anywhere before?
No.
You didn't even look!
Thank
James,
you.
I am
Probably
glad
back
to be
later.
done with you, if I'm being completely honest. I wonder if I can talk to Paul again. I'm not sure. I like to talk to Paul. He's easy to wind up, like most old people. Oh, I can't talk to him anymore. Oh, can't look at it again. Rebecca, we have some
Ask you a
things
couple
to
more
discuss.
things, please. Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
But, my darling, you see, there's the issue of your broken window.
Aha. You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca.
I mean, it's just
Unless
tape.
there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca! Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
She breaks easy, doesn't she?
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell
call
in.
your lawyer.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water.
You know,
It was
trying to
hissing. She was
swim
making
and
these
live.
gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped.
That's called drowning
But
someone.
she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
But she slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Case of mistaken identity. It's all a full circle.
Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
I
Yes.
mean, she's just full on admitted to you, Jinx. Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if it matters.
It appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what
that
really
was your fuck
happened
up,
to
my
Liam
dude.
last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire.
Oh yeah,
Trying to find out
you
about
need a
Paul
full-on
Rand's
investigation
past is
here.
like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency.
What are you talking
However,
about, Jinx? We
what
made him
is
break
known
over the
is
course
that
of
Paul
like
Rand
3
has
hours
a
of
lot
conversation.
connections in high places.
Not as bad as
Politicians,
Rebecca, but-
celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps
Didn't you see
James
how he
Wilson's
reacted
ideas
when
weren't
you
too
proved his
wide of the
lies?
mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're gonna have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon.
Under,
Thank you for your interest.
under a different name, of course, doing the same thing again. Alright, folks, that does it for this, the final conclusion to Contradiction. I sure do hope you've enjoyed going on this journey with me as much as I've enjoyed going on it with you. I love all of you, and remember, a stash isn't just the hair on your lip, it's the source of your power.